She could have stayed quiet. No one would know she was a Jew, but if she did nothing, they would all perish. Esther was living in the palace. She had servants, fancy clothes, and a king who loved her. But she still remembered the man who raised her Mordecai. He wasn't her father, just a kind cousin who took her in when she was a poor orphan. One day, she noticed something was wrong. Mordecai wasn't at the palace gate like usual. Then a servant told her Mordecai was outside, wearing sackcloth, crying loudly in the streets. Esther was shocked. She sent clothes for him to wear, but he refused them, so she sent one of the king's servants to find out what was going on. The message came back. Hamman, one of the king's top men, had convinced the king to sign a law. On a certain day, every Jew in the land, including Mordecai and Esther, would be taken. Mordecai told Esther, "You have to speak to the king. You're our only hope." But Esther was scared. There was a law. If anyone came to the king without being called, they could be punished unless he held out his golden scepter. And the king hadn't called for her in 30 days. Esther sent a message back. "I can't just walk in there," Mordecai replied. "If you stay silent now, you might survive today. But don't think you'll be safe forever. Maybe you became queen just for this moment." Esther thought hard. Then she sent a final message. "Tell the Jews in the city to fast for 3 days. Don't eat or drink. I'll do the same. After that, I'll go to the king. If I perish on the 3rd day." Esther, dressed in her best royal clothes, and walked toward the throne room. The king saw her and held out the golden scepter. He asked her gently, "What do you want, Queen Esther? Even half my kingdom, I'll give it to you." But Esther didn't beg yet. She smiled and said, "Come to dinner today, you and Hamman." They came. The king asked again, "What is it that you want?" Esther only said, "Come again tomorrow. I'll tell you then." Hamman left that dinner feeling proud. But then he saw Mordecai at the gate still refusing to bow. It ruined his mood. At home, his wife and friends said, "Build a gallows. Ask the king to hang Mordecai tomorrow." He liked that idea, but that night, the king couldn't sleep. He asked his servants to read old reports to him. They read about the time Mordecai stopped a plot to unalive the